Good day, guys. Welcome on back. Then it was a good off day yesterday. We are here today for some lovely stuff this fine, magnificent Monday. Good to see you celebrating 345 Dragon Nights. We shall celebrate that a bit here as we continue on. Some good stuff with Twitch here and there where we can. Do some IRL streams, other streams where we can. A Zoom show today. We'll start off with some good Jurassic Park here. That'll be first up here. Then we'll get to the Hunt event. We got a Zoom show today in a couple hours. So we'll be getting to that too on stream. May as well have you guys enjoy that as well. Share that with the world. Unless I'm explicitly told not to stream it, people need to assume I'm always streaming anything like that. So gotta be good. We'll get to some of that. We're checking out some other things here. Welcoming in Alucard TARDIS, our Dragon Champion of 2 months. Here to the lovely, and gift subber as well. Here to the lovely Dragon Zeus here. Good to talk with you there, Alucard. Yeah, I don't have Ark, but I did get a Project Zomboid recently. I don't know if that's co-op at all. I think there's a multiplayer mode for that, actually, but I got that for New Year's Day, so we're going to try that out maybe tomorrow. The End of Horror Tuesday stuff. We'll get some other Hunt, DVD, other things like that, and we shall check it out. Looking pretty good, so yep, welcome on in, guys. Going to be a fun time, good stuff today. We'll get to several awesome things. I'll be keen, yes, Alucard. I want to thank Sorted T for the follow yesterday as well. Thank you for the follow on our off day, Sorted T. Alrighty, guys. Well, we're gonna start here some Jurassic Park. I was thinking I'd make one more scene for now. We got some other good stuff in the mix here for Hunt and such. You'll be seeing soon. Trying to figure out live bot today for Discord, so I don't have. I'm gonna take a little break from plugging. Focus just on the stream so much, not so much for plugging the stream. And I have not been able to set it up to actually work yet. When I went live, it didn't do a notification. Literally what it's designed to do, and it said it was set, so maybe I have to give it permissions. Yeah, that could be it. Let me give it better permissions, see if that makes a difference. I'll give it a admin permission. Maybe it'll work next time. I don't know. Let me add Alucard too. You'll be a good one to add for right now. As well, I'll add your permissions for you too. For default permissions, see if that works. So it's yeah, as we just figured this out real quick. It's live monitor add Twitch Alucard TARDIS. Let's see if that works for you, Alucard. And now we mentioned the channel. That will be streams. For general streams. Hopefully that'll work for you. It'll let you know when it goes live now. Let's do default, I guess. If you'd like to use default, Seafooter, type default. See if that works. What is the name of the role? Man, it takes several steps, doesn't it? We'll do Dragon Supporters for you. Okay. I mean, hopefully that works. I don't know. I'm just switching it back and forth. We'll figure it out. But for now, good to go. Have a good time with that. And we'll be set. It's kind of tricky. But it'll be fine. Alright. Anyway. Pretty much set for that. Looking good, looking fine. Got a little Overwatch play for you guys yesterday. Got a good round of comp. We'll show that probably Wednesday, last day of the winter event for that. We're going to finish Hunt event tonight, or at least make a very good shake of it. And we'll make just one more live scene for now. If I can get together a few good pieces for that, that would be fun. One more scene to show here for when we start up, like after the little countdown, after the initial scenes there. I think it would be nice to have one more scene here and figure out some good videos and the like. So let's see if we can get to that right now. Hopefully figure it out. Let me see. I've got this save video. I just need to work on it real quick. And get to these things. So let's make one more scene. This will be the main logo. I also want to do a good donation page, like all the top donors, and I'll want to have a separate little thing for that. We could make it mostly here, I feel like, in the stream, and then I can put it in the About Me from the stream. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, one more scene here then. This will be at the tip of the top. And we're gonna start here with this scene, adding sources. And the first source will indeed be our new Dragon's Roost next video right here. So it does not have the right logo for this. We have the red logo. We have the chat box anyway. Might as well work around a tiny chat box at least. Got it. Testing, testing. So this will mainly just be the main, like, little, once we start, we'll have this nice one. But yep, it all works fine. So if I want to do a mixture of this one, Dragon's Roost, nice little video we have here, with the actual Dragon's Roost image, which would be, let me find it real quick, is this one. Just doesn't have the background. So I don't know how to edit this, put the right text here. Well, we don't really need two in one place, so if I can go edit that video, maybe I can get it to be there then. We'll figure it out for now. Continue to work on that. Maybe I can edit the video. Don't know really how. But if we copy and paste maybe that. It's like some really basic things that I just not experienced enough to really work with much. But yeah, Jurassic Park here soon on deck, just figuring out a few little fun things here. And then we'll start off the hunt, get in a solid couple rounds, look at what we need, finish the event, last 1,000 points for these last few days. We're definitely going to get that. We already got the Century events. We'll be coming back to that at some point, probably Thursday. And Horror Tuesday tomorrow. We'll do more hunt if needed, but we'll get to some other good ones, like Phasmophobia, Dead by Daylight, Darkest Dungeon, Wait for Later, Sunless Sea you're going to return to, and the brand new Project Zomboid as well. Okay, how can I edit this? You need like a video editing app. So maybe we won't worry about that for now. We have our main one here, the main logo. We can have a nice new one here. And from there, got to add a few more things. Let me find those. Got our main logo. And then on the right, can have this stuff. Yeah, a la carte with the chat. There it is. Proud fun. Got a chat box on the top. Alright, so now from there we can add another text. What I want to know is if you edit the text here, does it edit it in the other scene here? Let's make sure it doesn't, because that would not be good. So let me see. test. Okay. So that's, I'll still find the separate scene so we can do whatever we want, specific scenes. Just making sure because it's been a little while since I did that. Alright, so now I can have my name. People know which Dragon's Roost we're at. And yeah, from there, really just going to be adding little things like the top donor page, things like that we can make. So I guess we'll make that right now, make our own fun little version here. Just in the interest of keeping it alive and well, let me add a webcam here, which I haven't done in a while. I kind of forget where webcam is. Video source color. What is color source? Oh, it's just the color for the thing. Interesting. Audio output capture, window capture. It's been a little while since I've added the webcam. What does it even look like? It looks like wow, yeah, it looks like webcam. So if I could find webcam here, I will add that here just while I'm working on it, at least to better engage with you guys, and Alucard especially here. So we figure out these last things, get to Jurassic Park very shortly. There it is, video capture device. Got it. Okay. At least while I work on it here, we don't need that, I think, for too long. But yeah, a nice little thing to work on here. So this little art here was made by Miso Ducky. Miso Ducky being the author of this little edit, and the actual one is GFX Alicia, my commissioner for the actual logo itself. So he just kind of spruced it up a bit, some nice effects. So it's a nice collaboration there, and yeah, we'll try it out there for now. It's a nice time so far. Alright, so now if we make our own little donation board, we'll do some kind of combination of regular pictures and maybe live effects. But mostly I want it to be the actual picture so I can put in the About Me and then update it from here as well. Just take a screenshot of it here on the live scene, then put in About Me. It's be its own little section for top donors, all that, without having to use a widget for different ones. We'll just have everything all here, including subs, give subs, donations, maybe even top chatters. We'll put that all in the same place. So we have to find a room to fit here. We only have a little room below on the right side and the left side. Left room on the left side because of the logo there. But let's at least get started with that and try to do most of it here on sources and images. But I might need to make a little couple foundations. We can also make a poll, a live poll. Never seen that before. You make a live poll on the stream itself. That's kind of cool. Well, I don't need that right now, so let's not get distracted. Yeah, it's fun stuff. Alucard, we get to all the Jurassic Park, and we get Hunters. What should we add for just this main little picture? Few design elements. Can also do slideshows, but I want it to be something that can work for a lot of it, so so yeah, we probably have to make a new little box or something for that, and that is a little bit hard to do, but I'll work on it here and there. If you guys want to see me work a bit, that's fine, as long as we have good stuff and looking good. No problem. Alright, let's see if we can work on this a good amount and have a nice time of it. Alright, enjoy your work, Alucard. Thank you, man, and I'll see you in and out. Yes, sir. Just gonna work on this a bit, get to a good Jurassic Park, good hunt event adventures tonight, and it'll all be great. Celebrating 345 Dragon Nights. Jurassic Park here right on the agenda. That's why I start off with the title. But I just want to work a little bit here extra. Great to see you, Alucard. Thank you for being here, man. Yeah, we'll see you very soon. Back and forth. We'll be here. here's our display capture, which is a little hard to do when I have the stream open. So I will continually switch back and forth. Alright, so now we just need a little box for the donation fund here. Let me try to do a simple enough box. Don't need anything too elaborate. Yeah, just decent size. Black background. Maybe a nice red frame, I guess. Of some sort. Get the outline, yeah, that should be pretty decent. Something like that. A little frame. That'll be fine. Okay. Let's see what else here. That is kind of hard to actually figure out the right dimensions, the right sizes, all of that, so we'll see. What do you think, guys? Little sizes is tricky. I don't know. Difficult, other sizes, other things. See how it goes. Just trying to make it relatively easy, these other text things, but it's just not much room, I guess. But I wanted to have one little spot. If it's too small of text, too many things at once, I guess we'll just focus like the main supporters. It's just hard to fit it all in one place. We don't really need such a big logo maybe, but I did want to show this off more than just the Discord. Only showed it off on Discord before, so. Alright, let me figure this out. Image. For main logo, all this. Okay. See how that looks. Alright, that's actually pretty decent there. Pretty good. Time, a la carte, and friends. I just want to mess with the display capture to see these random, silly things. Nothing important. I'm on stream other side. It's just too confusing sometimes. I don't know. I just had these pictures and random things. It was just too confusing to do it all in one place. What's going on, really? I have no idea. So I'm just not gonna mess with it. And I'll show you guys some of the process there. Alright, so we got the little frame here. Now we can add to that a few top supporters. May move the chat box to the other side for now. Let me try to get a feel for that. Oh yeah, chat box has already been pushed down below. Since there'll be a lot of text there, we probably want it somewhere more clear, like here. Would make more sense. I mean, this will be just really a quick screen. I'm not going to be on here as much as the Chillstone, of course. Whoops. Move that back up. The Chillstone is our main area here, so it'll be here. Oh, it did edit the text after all. It just didn't do it when I was testing it, but it did it when I was... So I do need a new text for everything here. Alright, good to know, good to know. Let me fix that then. Just these little things here and there. Jurassic Park is on the agenda, I promise you. We'll get to it very soon. That is our main thing to start off with. Absolutely. Alright, so these little text here. Where is it? Did not label that. Okay. that once more. Keep that as it was. And now do a new one for this one. Yeah. Remove that from this scene. Doesn't affect the main scene. Okay. Back to this scene. We'll do a new text then. That's fine. So I didn't have a text just with my name on it, apparently. Yeah. So we can take care of that. That'll be fine. Ace, Sly. Figure it out here. Step by step, other fun. It's okay. Always focus good things, guys. Have a great time here on Twitch. Sometimes we just make little mistakes, little silly things come through. It is nothing to worry about. We'll focus on good stuff. Always be main focus for great things. What other fonts do we have here? Always a tricky time. Getting some better fonts. I did like that other one, I just don't remember what it is. Should have looked at it probably. Nope. We could try that for a moment, see how it looks. A lot of red, but we'll have some other red things coming in here to make the red make a little more sense. Alright, good enough. So now we need to start with this little leaderboard here. And I wanted to do most of that on Twitch just so it's easier to adjust, easier to apply. So why don't we just do it like this and maybe add a couple other pictures as needed to like filter it out. I could do that on the paint too, but I don't know, you can't really add lines and stuff here on Twitch. So let's see how it looks, just the text itself, and if we need a little more brackets, we can add that, but for now, maybe just straight text would look the best. So let's see that. Alright, so this will all be new sources, and this will be main text one, and all that. So we'll figure it out bit by bit here. Some good orange. This will be top supporters of the Dragon's Roost. Don't really need to say it multiple times. The logo and also. Whoops. So, oh, that's weird. Move it a little bit there. Okay. So this is top supporters. Not as much room, really, as I'd like, but at least we can mention some fun, good people here. So we'll start off Favelot and Twins. Those are our very first supporters. Just want to add them here a bit. So may as well give some appreciation, some thanks, some direct shout outs. Then we'll add it to the About Me section as well. But for now, let's add a few good ones here. So I could add just their name, I could add more specifics for gift subs and all that, but I don't know. I guess their name here is a good way to start, then maybe as we get more specific things, we can add that, but I don't know, it's kind of hard to keep that all in track here, so I want to add little logos for them, other little things too, but little pictures for them specifically, but oh man, don't want to get in trouble like taking other people's emotes or such without their permission, so I guess I'd have to ask them first and subscribe to them as well. Alright, we'll figure this out bit by bit. So I want to have a good start here, at least that's always good. Yeah, I mean, Alucard, you'll be there too, of course, so. Let me add just the top 5 for now, and we'll go from there. It's kind of hard to I mean, there's other little sources, other things you can do for, like, it'll show the actual things, like the actual sponsors, the actual little subs and things. I just have to find that specific widget, because it's, where is that actually? Like, tip ticker, yeah, there's a tip ticker, most recent donations. See if we can get that to work. That's one fun thing. I've never got it to work before, so. Oh, there it is. Message format, name, and amount. Okay, so I think you do have to add names specifically. Okay, so you do have to actually name people here. So we had, So yeah, if you don't actually add the names... Oh, it does by itself. Okay. I wasn't sure if it actually worked or not by itself. So here we go. That's something. There's Streamlabs theme. It's a good start. Alright, we could actually move this a little bit to the side. Try to get well centered. Anyone with visual OCD, not mental OCD like me, you'll be more comfortable. Alright, so those are some top donors. That'll work there. Let's add rest of our names here, just for a bit. Jurassic Park very soon on the agenda here. Thank you to Alucard, peeping in as well between work stuff. How's your work going, Alucard? No longer a full-time streamer myself, but still getting a good bit. And considering a few other things, we got some auditions. We got the Zoom today, Zoom meeting, so that'll be helpful for some auditions coming up, other stuff as well. Alright, ID, let me make sure I spell their name right. The pronunciation, Fablot, I'm pretty sure is more or less like that, even if it's the same word. But I think he is fine with the space between. ID Twins, they are lowercase, so we'll keep them lowercase. Good bro, just got my workers doing carpets. Ah, you're running the big facility, big physical stuff like that, carpentry, and carpet business cleaning. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've been in Beverly Hills and stuff. I've seen some of the carpet business and stuff, so I'm a little familiar with at least some of what goes on. But I was looking at a landscaping stuff here. I saw a big truck has a good landscaping stuff. It's actually kind of interesting to me for some reason. I wouldn't really do much physical work for very long in my expertise, at least. I mean, it's not what I set up. I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of different styles of. I mean, it's always good. There's no shame to it. So you get more like the manager, the boss man, having your workers do stuff, and you're in the office. I would assume that's why you're on Twitch at the same time. So that works out lovely for you in England, right? Used to be a builder. Okay. So you had any school and stuff, or trade school, that type of thing? Very interesting. I mean, it's just always, for me as an actor especially, I like to learn of all walks of life, all perspectives, all different kinds like that. So I like to learn where I can. Alright, Fablot, Twins. Got 6-month Moog. We've got several others too, but I'll just have the top 5 for now, and we'll go from there. Because my Tristed Bell problems, I had to give it up. Oh yeah, you have some injuries or such. Other things. I understand. Alright, a little tip ticker. We've never had that before, so it's nice to try it out. Alright, Moog. Moog knows who he is. Don't need background color, I just need font color. I like to give them some distinct fonts too, but we're starting off here. Alright, we got Fablot, we got Twins. I mean, I like to keep in mind people who chat a lot and such too, so Alucard, you're the one bringing the chat to life literally this moment, so you should certainly earn a place in this initial Hall of Fame or so. We'll figure it out, make it to be nice and distinct here. I feel like I definitely need a line or something. line to separate things. Oops. What happened there? There it is. Just take a moment to apply. Alright, so what can I add for a little line to separate top supporters from the names of the people? Should I do that in Paint? Or is there anything else to add here? Looks like, yeah, it'll have to be Paint. There's nothing I can just fit in between. Yep, got many lovely Dragon Champions emotes there. Alucard, many other things are on the way very soon. Just need a little more time to confer with commissioners or get certain commissioners to respond. Or get new commissioners, I guess. New artists. Several people. We'll see. Alright, well that's a good little initial one. I just need to add a little line or something because we need something else here. Keep it the same color for now. That is fine. Okay. We see frame. And got it. Hopefully this looks decent. Uh-oh. Not as much room as I thought there'd be. Hold on. Alright, if we move top supporters here to the very top of the box. These simple design things, you know. You can imagine them very easily, but when you actually have to work on it, it's the same for a movie or play anything. You need people that are skilled, good at design, to actually bring it all to life. Otherwise, it's way too easy to just cut corners and do the easiest thing, most inexpensive thing. I mean, I can imagine on big film sets and such how much actual work goes into the background, the details, things you don't even pay much attention to, or you only see for a few minutes. There's quite a lot of work that goes into it. A little different design here, but yeah. Alright, so it's good for our initial little Hall of Fame. Few good chatters, few good supporters. Shall of course add more just to it, but these are at least a few initial ones come to mind. Twins, my very first subscriber. Fable-Lot, my first Hype Train starter. Moog, our another good 6-month subscriber and first donator. Alucard, TARDIS with the recent resubs and gift subs as well. So there's definitely some I'm leaving out, but we will continue to work on this, suggest it, and add something down here too. But a nice little tip ticker there. You could change the color, maybe make it a little more interesting. Doesn't have a background color, so I don't know why. Oh, thank you, Tom, for the $4. Wait, that's just kidding. That's the default names. I was confused for a second. Alright, if we can add some better names here, let me see how that looks. Actually have to get it to, oh yeah, name, text, color. There we go. Alright, try that out. And the amount, text, color, we can do another red or such. Let's see how that looks for now. We've got marshmallow. We should probably do it a little faster. It's kind of slow right now. Think about it. Text scroll speed. Oh, you can have it really slow. Oh, wait. Is 10 the slowest? 2 the fastest? Yeah, I think so. Let me have it 5. That's a little better. Maybe 4 then. Alright, let's see how that looks. That's a little better. At least give it a chance to scroll across, you know. Dragon Champion is also Moog, but using the fun name Mogi. And Wondering Wolfie. Those initial donators. I also like a bit cheer one, but we already have the bit cheer in the About Me, I guess. The tip ticker here is only for spin the wheel, make a decision, that's the other thing. The tip ticker is only for donations. There's nothing for bits, like bit ticker. That doesn't exist, unfortunately. Stream boss, charity goal, chat highlight. Don't know when I would use that really. That's kind of, I mean, it's worth a look, but nah, that seems too confusing. Let me not mess with that at all. That is just weird. Highlighting specific chat, I don't even know where to start with that. Alright, so we added a little bit here. This is just an initial little good scene here. We'll add more down the line, but it's already been a good 40 minutes, so let's get to our Jurassic Park as promised. And start with some Hunt Adventures here before I got a Zoom show, and only about our, well, not a show, but a class meeting thing to show you guys basically, so. But yeah, celebrating the Dragon Knights here. Appreciate it. Good fun. Just a little bit extra here for now. So that should be good for now. We'll have a nice time with that. And come back to it in due course. So that's looking pretty much fine. We'll just switch between that and back and forth. Stream starting soon. See how we like it. Alright, for now though, thank you, Alucard Tower, starting up our chat for Monday, the new week of the new year. First week of 2022. Very exciting. We had a good first weekend of the year. Saturday, Sunday, and here we are to Monday, January 3rd. Celebrating 345 Dragon Knights. And we continue on. Good fun. Even if not a full-time stream anymore, we'll still get some good stuff in. Finish that hunt event tonight. Let's begin with some Jurassic Park right now. Finally here at the 45-minute mark. And get some good hunt and such after that. Alrighty, we made it. We are here. We are good to go. Just a few little initial things there. Working on, you know, always new things, always adjusting, growing, and evolving. So, good things to have. And live bot, hopefully, now I've given admin permissions, will actually add things. Welcome back, Alucard. We are now just moving on to Jurassic Park right now, so great time to listen to that. We clear that out for now. Good stuff for the main logo. No worries. Got a phone call. I know what you got to do. And we leave that at that for now. Good little initial stuff. Pretty fun design and all. And we have top 4 supporters, at least initial ones came to mind. Some able to chat more than others, some very generous, others other stuff. But yeah, thank you to those 4, including you, Alucard. You got you to the initial top supporter list, so we'll figure out some other stuff for that. Maybe eventually get a very elaborate design scene put to the About scene as well, but at least we have that for the actual show. About Me section, and then eventually hopefully we can have a more comprehensive one for gifted subs, donations, chat amount, how many times you've chatted, sub streak, subversary, all that type of thing. So we shall look at that down the line. For now though, I think that's a good initial stuff for a little extra supportive screen there for our starting soon and main logo there. And we'll continue to adjust work on that. Let's enjoy some Jurassic Park. Glad you're here, Alucard, and all friends. And always welcome everyone. Come and chat. We're figuring out better things, less plugging, maybe still do some good plugging. I got a lot of good pictures last night, so if we can do a few more plugging here and there, maybe plug once a week, then the bot will do the rest. from my Discord at least. There's only about 50 people all active on my Discord, so it's really not too many, but it'll be good for now. So we left off here for the 6th iteration, and Malcolm, system recovery may prove impossible. Little iteration here for Jurassic Park. Malcolm sighed. Do you have any idea, he said, how unlikely it is that you or any of us will get off this island alive? We are on to another return chapter. Let's begin. Get to a little hunt here. We got a Zoom meeting very soon. Got to get to a little lunch break before that. But at least get a good bit here. Hopefully get in a round or two of hunt. At least just solo stuff. And work on the event. Come back here tonight. Finish it off. And just have a 90-minute Zoom meeting, which I think will be interesting, good fun, good thing to start off the year for. It's actually the last chance to do the specific meeting for our other stage manager and theatric supporter and influencer and artist here locally. So that'll be good to get to some of that. Let's enjoy some Jurassic Park for now. On to the next return chapter. Welcome Alucard's Artisan Boy, our top supporters, and all good fun. Keep it up. Other good things soon to come. And I'll show you guys other things as is needed. So, for now though, let us enjoy some of the great times here in Jurassic Park. On to Return. Dragon's Return. More or less. Okay. Its electric motor whirring, the cart raced forward down the dark underground tunnel. Grant drove, his foot to the floor. The tunnel was featureless except for the occasional air vent above, shaded to protect against rainfall, and thus permitting little light to enter. But he noticed that there were crusty white animals dropping in many places. Obviously, lots of animals had been in here. Sitting beside him in the cart, Lex shone the flashlight to the back, where the velociraptor lay. Why is it having trouble breathing? Because I shot it with a tranquilizer, he said. Is it going to die? She said. I hope not. Why are we taking it? Lex said. To prove to the people back at the center that the dinosaurs are really breeding, Grant said. How do you know they're breeding? Because this one is young, Grant said, and because it's a boy dinosaur. Is it? Lex said, peering along the flashlight beam. Yes. Now shine that light forward, will you? He held out his wrist, turning the watch to her. What does it say? It says 10:15. Okay. Tim said, that means we only have 45 minutes to contact the boat. We should be close, Grant said. I figured we should be almost to the visitor center right now. He wasn't sure, but he sensed the tunnel was getting gently tilting upward, leading them back to the surface, and wow, Tim said. They burst out into daylight with shocking speed. There was a light mist blowing, partially obscuring the building that loomed directly above them. Grant saw at once that it was the visitor center. They had arrived right in front of the garage. Yay! Lex shouted. We did it! Yay! She bounced up and down in the seat as Grant parked the cart in the garage. Along one wall were stacked animal cages. They put the velociraptor in one, with a dish of water. Then they started climbing the stairs to the ground floor entrance of the visitor center. I'm going to get a hamburger and french fries, chocolate milk shake. No more dinosaurs! Yay! They came to the lobby and they opened the door, and they fell silent. In the lobby of the visitor center, the glass doors had been shattered, and cold gray mist blew through the cavernous main hall. A sign that read, "When dinosaurs ruled the earth," dangled from one hinge, creaking in the wind. The big Tyrannosaur robot upended and lay with its legs in the air, its tubing and metal innards exposed. Outside, through the glass, they saw rows of palm trees, shadowy shapes in the fog. Tim and Lex huddled against the metal desk of the security guard. Grant looked Grant took the guard's radio and tried all the channels. Hello, this is Grant. Is anybody there? Hello, this is Grant. Lex stared at the body of the guard lying on the floor to the right. She couldn't see anything but his legs and feet. Hello, this is Grant. Hello. Lex was leaning forward, peering around the edge of the desk. Grant grabbed her sleeve. Hey, stop that. Is he dead? What's the stuff on the floor? Blood? Yes. How come it isn't real red? You're morbid, Tim said. What's morbid? I am not. The radio crackled. My God, came a voice. Grant, is that you? And then, Alan? Alan! It was Ellie. I'm here, Grant said. Thank God, Ellie said. Are you all right? I'm all right, yes. What about the kids? Have you seen them? I have the kids with me, Grant said. They're okay. Thank God. Lex was crawling around the side of the desk. Grant slapped her ankle. Get back here. The radio crackled. And where are you? In the lobby. In the lobby of the main building. Over the radio, he heard Wu say, My God, they're here! Alan, listen, Ellie said. The Raptors have gotten loose. They can open doors. They may be in the same building as you. Great. Where are you? Grant said. We're in the lodge. Grant said. And the others? Muldoon, everybody else? We've lost a few people, but we got everybody else over to the lodge. And are the telephones working? No, the whole system is shut off. Nothing works. How do we get the system back on? We've been trying. We have to get it back on, Grant said, right away. If we don't, within half an hour, the Raptors will reach the mainland. He started to explain about the boat when Muldoon cut him off. I don't think you understand, Dr. Grant. We haven't got half an hour left over here. How's that? Some of the Raptors followed us. We've got 2 on the roof now. So what? The building's impregnable. Muldoon coughed. Apparently not. It was never expected that animals would get up on the roof. The radio crackled. Must have planted a tree too close to the fence. The Raptors got over the fence and onto the roof. Anyway, the steel bars on the skylight are supposed to be electrified, but of course the power's off. They're biting through the bars of the skylight. Grant said, biting through the bars? He frowned, trying to imagine it. How fast? Yes, Muldoon said. They have a bite pressure of 15,000 pounds a square inch. They're like hyenas. They can bite through steel and... The transmission was lost for a moment. How fast? Grant said again. Muldoon said, I'd guess we've got about 10-15 minutes before they break through completely and come to the skylight into the building. And once they're in... Just a minute, Dr. Grant. The radio clicked off. In the skylight above Malcolm's bed, the Raptors had chewed through the first of the steel bars. One Raptor gripped the end of the bar and tugged, pulling it back. It put its powerful hind limb on the skylight, and the glass shattered, glittering down on Malcolm's bed below. Ellie reached over and removed the largest fragment from the sheets. God, they're ugly, Malcolm said, looking up. Now that the glass was broken, they could hear the snorts and snarls of the Raptors, the squeal of their teeth on the metal as they chewed the bars. There were silver-thinned sections where they had chewed. Foamy saliva spattered onto the sheets and the bedside table. At least they can't get in yet, Ellie said. Not until they chew through another bar. Wu said, If Grant could somehow get to the maintenance shed... Bloody hell, Muldoon said. He limped around the room on his sprained ankle. He can't get there fast enough. He can't get the power on fast enough not to stop this. Malcolm coughed. Yes. His voice was soft, almost a wheeze. What did he say? Muldoon said. Yes, Malcolm repeated. Can what? Distraction. He winced. What kind of a distraction? Go to the fence. Yes, and to do what? Malcolm grinned weakly. Stick your hands through. Oh, Christ, Muldoon said, turning away. Wait a minute, Wu said. He's right. There are only 2 Raptors here, which means there are at least 4 more out there. We could go out and provide a distraction. And then what? And then Grant would be free to go to the maintenance building and turn on the generator. And then go back to the control room and start up the system? Exactly. No time, Muldoon said. No time. But if we can lure the raptors down here, Wu said, maybe we can even get them away from that skylight. It might work. Worth a try. Bait, Muldoon said. Exactly. Who's going to be the bait? I'm no good. My ankle's shot. I'll do it, Wu said. No, Muldoon said. You're the only one who knows what to do about the computer. You need to talk to Grant through the startup. Then I'll do it, Harding said. No, Ellie said. Malcolm needs you. I'll do it. Hell, I don't think so, Muldoon said. You'd have raptors all around you. Raptors on the roof. But she was already bending over, lacing her running shoes. Just don't tell Grant, she said. It'll make him nervous. The lobby was quiet. Chilly fog drifting past them. The radio had been silent for several minutes. Tim said, Why aren't they talking to us? I'm hungry, Lex said. They're trying to plan, Grant said. The radio crackled. Grant, are you... Henry Wu speaking. Are you there? I'm here, Grant said. Listen, Wu said. Can you see the rear of the visitor building from where you are? Grant looked through the rear glass doors to the palm trees and the fog. Yes, Grant said. Wu said, There's a path straight through the palm trees to the maintenance building. That's where the power equipment and generators are. I believe you saw the maintenance building yesterday? Yes, Grant said, though he was momentarily puzzled. Was it yesterday that he looked into the building? It seemed like years ago. Now listen, Wu said. We think we can get all the raptors down by the lodge. Here, but we aren't sure. So be careful. Give us 5 minutes. Okay, Grant said. You can leave the kids in the cafeteria, and they should be all right. Take the radio with you when you go. Okay. Turn it off before you leave, so it doesn't make any noise outside. And call me when you get to the maintenance building. Okay. Grant turned the radio off. Lex crawled back. Are we going to the cafeteria? She said. Yes, Grant said. They got up and started walking through the blowing mist in the lobby. I want a hamburger, Lex said. I don't think there's any electricity to cook with. Then ice cream. Tim, you'll have to stay with her and help her. I will. I've got to leave for a while, Grant said. I know. They moved to the cafeteria entrance. On opening the door, Grant saw square dining room tables and chairs, swinging stainless steel doors beyond. Nearby, a cash register and a rack with gum and candy. Okay, kids, I want you to stay here no matter what. Got it? Leave us the radio, Lex said. I can't, I need it. Just stay here. I'll only be gone about 5 minutes, okay? Okay. Grant closed the door. The cafeteria became completely dark. Lex clutched his hand. Turn on the lights, she said. I can't, Tim said. There's no electricity. But he pulled down his night vision goggles. That's fine for you. What about me? Just hold my hand. We'll get some food. He led her forward in phosphorescent green. He saw the tables and chairs. To the right, the glowing green cash register and the rack with gum and candy. He grabbed a handful of candy bars. I told you, Lex said. I want ice cream, not candy. Take these anyway. Ice cream, Tim. Okay. Tim stuffed the candy bars in his pocket and led Lex deeper into the dining room. She tugged on his hand. I can't see spit, she said. Just walk with me. Hold my hand. Then slow down. Beyond the tables, the chairs, was a pair of swinging doors with little round windows in them. They probably led to the kitchen. He pushed one door open and it held wide. Ellie Sattler stepped outside the front door to the lodge and felt the chilly mist on her face and legs. Her heart was thumping, even though she knew she was completely safe behind the fence. Directly ahead, she saw the heavy bars in the fog. But she couldn't see much beyond the fence. Another 20 yards before the landscape turned milky white, and she didn't see any raptors at all. In fact, the gardens and trees were almost eerily silent. Hey! she shouted into the fog tentatively. Muldoon leaned against the door frame. I doubt that'll do it, he said. You've got to make a noise. He hobbled out, carrying a steel rod from the construction inside. He banged the rod against the bars like a dinner gong. Come and get it! Dinner is served! Very amusing, Ellie said. She glanced nervously toward the roof. She saw no raptors. They don't understand English, Muldoon grinned, but I imagine they get the general idea. She was still nervous and found his humor annoying. She looked toward the visitor building, cloaked in the fog. Muldoon resumed banging on the bars. At the limit of her vision, almost lost in the fog, she saw a ghostly, pale animal. A raptor. First customer, Muldoon said. The raptor disappeared, a white shadow, and then came back, but did not approach any closer, and it seemed strangely incurious about the noise coming from the lodge. She was starting to worry. Unless she could attract the raptors to the lodge, Grant would be in danger. You're making too much noise, Ellie said. Bloody hell, Muldoon said. Well, you are. I know these animals. You're drunk, she said. Let me handle it. And how will you do that? She didn't answer him. She went to the gate. They say the raptors are intelligent. They are, at least as intelligent as chimps. They have good hearing? Yes, excellent. Maybe they'll know this sound, she said, and opened the gate. The metal hinges, rusted from the constant mist, creaked loudly. She closed it again, opened it with another creak. She left it open. I wouldn't do that, Muldoon said. You're going to do that. Let me get the launcher. Get the launcher. He sighed, remembering Gennaro has the shells. Well then, she said, keep an eye out. And she went through the gate, stepping outside the bars. Her heart was pounding so hard she could barely feel her feet on the dirt. She moved away from the fence, and it disappeared frighteningly fast in the fog. Soon it was lost behind her. Just as she expected, Muldoon began shouting to her in drunken agitation. God damn it, girl! Don't you do that! He bellowed. Don't call me girl, she shouted back. I'll call you any damn thing I want, Muldoon shouted. She wasn't listening. She was turning slowly, her body tense, watching from all sides. She was at least 20 yards from the fence now, and she could see the mist drifting like a light rain past the foliage. She stayed away from the foliage. She moved through a world of shades of gray. The muscles in her legs and shoulders ached from the tension. Her eyes strained to see. Do you hear me, damn it? Muldoon bellowed. How good are these animals, she wondered. Good enough to cut off my retreat? There wasn't much distance back to the fence. Not really. They attacked. There was no sound. The first animal charged from the foliage at the base of a tree to the left. It sprang forward and she turned to run. The second attacked from the other side, clearly intending to catch her as she ran, and it leapt into the air, claws raised to attack, and she darted like a broken field runner, and the animal crashed down in the dirt. Now she was running flat out, not daring to look back, her breath coming in deep gasps, seeing the bars of the fence emerge from the haze, seeing Muldoon throw the gate wide, seeing him reach for her, shouting to her, grabbing her arm and pulling her through so hard she was yanked off her feet and fell to the ground. And she turned in time to see the first one, then two, then three animals hit the fence and snarl. Good work, Muldoon shouted. He was taunting the animals now, snarling back, and it drove them wild. They flung themselves at the fence, leaping forward and on. One of them nearly made it over the top. Christ, that was close! These bastards can jump! She got to her feet, looking at the scrapes and bruises, the blood running down her leg. All she could think was, 3 animals here and 2 on the roof. That meant one was still missing, somewhere. Come on, help me, Muldoon said. Let's keep him interested. Grant left the visitor center and moved quickly forward, into the mist. He found the path among the palm trees and followed it north. Up ahead, the rectangular maintenance shed emerged from the fog. There was no door that he could see at all. He walked on around the corner at the back, screened by planting. Grant saw a concrete loading dock of trucks. He scrambled up to face a vertical rolling door of corrugated steel. It was locked. He jumped down again and continued around the building. Farther ahead, to his right, Grant saw an ordinary door. It was propped open with a man's shoe. Grant stepped inside and squinted in the darkness. He listened, heard nothing. He picked up his radio and turned it on. "This is Grant," he said. "I'm inside." Wu looked up at the skylights. The two raptors still peered down into Malcolm's room, but they seemed distracted by the noises outside. He went to the lodge window. Outside, the three velociraptors continued to charge the fence. Ellie was running back and forth, safely behind the bars. But the raptors no longer seemed to be seriously trying to get her. Now they almost seemed to be playing, circling back from the fence, rearing up and snarling, then dropping down low, to circle again and finally charge. Their behavior had taken on the distinct quality of display rather than serious attack. "Like birds," Muldoon said, "putting on a show." Wu nodded. "They're intelligent. They see they can get her. They see they can't get her. They're not really trying." The radio crackled. Sighed. Wu gripped the radio. "Say again, Dr. Grant." "I'm inside," Grant said. "Dr. Grant, you're in the maintenance building?" "Yes," Grant said, and he added, "Maybe you should call me Alan." "All right, Alan. If you're interested... No, sorry. If you're standing just inside the east door, you see a lot of pipes and tubing." Wu closed his eyes, visualizing it. "Straight ahead is a big recessed well in the center of the building that goes 2 stories underground. To your left is a metal walkway with railings. I see it. Go along the walkway." "I'm going." Faintly the radio carried the clang of his footsteps on the metal. "After you go 20 or 30 feet, you will see another walkway going right." "I see it," Grant said. "Follow that walkway." "Okay." "As you continue," Wu said, "you will come to a ladder on your left. Go down into the pit." "I see it." "Go down the ladder." There was a long pause. Wu ran his fingers through his damp hair. Muldoon frowned tensely. "Yes, helicopter." "Okay, I'm down the ladder," Grant said. "Good," Wu said. "Now straight ahead of you should be 2 large yellow tanks that are marked flammable. They say inflammable, and then something underneath in Spanish. Those are the ones," Wu said. "Those are the 2 fuel tanks for the generator. One of them has been run dry, and so we have to switch over to the other. If you look at the bottom of the tanks, you'll see a white pipe coming out. 4-inch PVC? Yes, PVC. Follow that pipe as it goes back." "Okay, I'm following it." "Ow!" "What happened?" "Nothing. I hit my head." There was a pause. "Are you all right?" "Yeah, fine. Just hurt my head. Stupid. Keep following the pipe." Okay, Grant said. He sounded irritable. "Okay. The pipe goes to a big aluminum box with air vents in the sides. Says Honda. It looks like a generator." "Yes," Wu said. "That's the generator. If you walk around to the side, you'll see a panel with 2 buttons." "I see them. Yellow and red?" "That's right," Wu said. "Press the yellow one first, and while you hold it down, press the red one." "Right." There was another pause. It lasted almost a minute. Wu and Muldoon looked at each other. "Alan?" "It didn't work," Grant said. "Did you hold down the yellow first and then press the red?" Wu asked. "Yes, I did," Grant said. He sounded annoyed. "I did exactly what you told me to do." There was a hum and then a click, 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 very fast, and then the hum stopped, and nothing after that. Try it again. I already did, Grant said. It didn't work. Okay, just a minute. Wu frowned. It sounds like the generator is trying to fire up, but it can't for some reason. Alan, I'm here. Go around to the back of the generator, to where the plastic pipe runs in. Okay. A pause. Then Grant said, the pipe goes into a round black cylinder that looks like a fuel pump. That's right, Wu said. That's exactly what it is. It's the fuel pump. Look for a little valve at the top. A valve? It should be sticking up at the top, with a little metal tab that you can turn in. I found it, but it's on the side, not the top. Okay, twist it open. Air is coming out. Good. Wait until... Now liquid is coming out. It smells like gas. Okay, close the valve. Wu turned to Muldoon, shaking his head. Pump lost its prime. Alan? Yes. Try the buttons again. A moment later, Wu heard the faint coughing and sputtering as the generator turned over, and then the steady chugging sound as it caught. It's on, Grant said. Good work, Alan. Good work. Now what? Grant said. He sounded flat, dull. The lights haven't even come on in here. Go back to the control room, and I'll talk you through restoring the systems manually. That's what I have to do now? Yes. Okay, Grant said. I'll call you when I get there. There was a final hiss and silence. Alan, the radio was dead. Good timing, huh? Tim went through the swinging doors at the back of the dining room and entered the kitchen. A big stainless steel table in the center of the room. A big stove with lots of burners to the left, and beyond that, big walk-in refrigerators. Tim started opening the refrigerators, looking for ice cream. Smoke came out in the humid air as he opened each one. How come the stove is on? Lex said, releasing his hand. It's not on. They all have little blue flames. They're pilot lights. What are pilot lights? They had an electric stove at home. Never mind, Tim said, opening another refrigerator, but it means I can cook you something. In this next refrigerator, he found all kinds of stuff. Cartons of milk, piles of vegetables, and a stack of T-bone steaks, fish, but no ice cream. You still want ice cream? I told you, didn't I? The next refrigerator was huge, a stainless steel door with a wide horizontal handle. He tugged on the handle, pulled it open, and saw a walk-in freezer. It was a whole room, and it was freezing cold. Timmy, will you wait a minute? He said, annoyed. I'm trying to find your ice cream. Timmy, something's here. She was whispering, and for a moment the last two words didn't register. Then Tim hurried back out of the freezer, seeing the edge of the door wreathed in glowing green smoke. Lex stood by the steel work table. She was looking back to the kitchen door. He heard a low hissing sound like a very large snake. The sound rose and fell softly. It was hardly audible. It might even be the wind, but he somehow knew it wasn't. Timmy, she whispered, I'm scared. He crept forward to the kitchen door and looked out. In the darkened dining room, he saw the orderly green rectangular pattern of the tabletops, and moving smoothly among them, silent as a ghost except for the hissing of its breath, was a velociraptor. In the darkness of the maintenance room, Grant felt along the pipes, moving back toward the ladder. It was difficult to make his way in the dark, and somehow he found the noise of the generator disorienting. He came to the ladder and had started back up when he realized there was something else in the room besides the generator noise. Grant paused, listening. It was a man shouting. It sounded like Gennaro. Where are you? Grant shouted. Over here, Gennaro said. In the truck. Grant couldn't see any truck. He squinted in the darkness. He looked out of the corner of his eye. He saw green glowing shapes moving in the darkness. Then he saw the truck, and he turned toward it. Tim found the silence chilly. The Velociraptor was 6 feet tall and powerfully built, although its strong legs and tail were hidden by the tables. Tim could see only its muscular upper torso. The 2 forearms held tightly alongside the body, the claws dangling. He could see the iridescent speckled pattern on the back. The Velociraptor was alert. As it came forward, it looked from side to side, moving its head with abrupt, bird-like jerks. The head also bobbed up and down as it walked, and the long, straight tail dipped, which heightened the impression of a bird. A gigantic, silent bird of prey. The dining room was dark, but apparently the raptor could see well enough to move steadily forward. From time to time, it would bend over, lowering its head from the tables. Tim heard a rapid, sniffling sound. Then the head would snap up, alertly, jerking back and forth like a bird's. Tim watched until he was sure the Velociraptor was coming toward the kitchen. Was it following their scent? All the books said dinosaurs had a poor sense of smell, but this one seemed to do just fine. Anyway, what did books know? Here was the real thing. Coming toward him. He ducked back in the kitchen. "Is something out there?" Lex said. Tim didn't answer. He pushed her under a table in the corner, behind a large waste bin. He leaned close to her and whispered fiercely, "Stay here!" And then he ran for the refrigerator. He grabbed a handful of cold steaks and hurried back to the door. He quietly placed the first of the steaks on the floor, then moved back a few steps and put down the second. Through his goggles, he saw Lex peeping around the bin. He waved her back. He placed the third steak and the fourth, moving deeper into the kitchen. The hissing was louder, and then the clawed hand gripped the door. Holy smokes. Twins, thank you for the raid. We're at Jurassic Park right now. Great to see you, twins. Wow. Maybe your first raid ever, I don't remember. It's been so long. Welcome in, hope you guys had some fun there. Hosted you a bit earlier from that RuneScape fun arena, our Jurassic Park at the moment. We're going to get a little intermission for lunch break, then we have a Zoom show starting in an hour. Going to get to a little solo hunt and then hunt for the rest of the night. We're finishing out the event. Good to see you, ID Twins, champion ID Twins, 9-month subscriber. We have just added you right now. Thanks for the host earlier. Don't know if it was auto or manual. Yeah, I just put you on. I saw you guys were on. Definitely not the first, but the first in a while. Yeah, I got added you guys here. You are on the top supporters here on the left, as you see. Added that just today. Thank you, my friends. Good to see you both, brothers. Lovely to have you back. And thank you very much for the 9-month blue sub badge. You are almost to your 1-year sub badge just next month, or a couple months, which will be green. So enjoy your lovely blue sub badge. Great to see you back. And as you see, we did add you to top supporters there. Great to have you back, bros. Having a nice time in little Jurassic Park. We just added this screen today, actually, so some other good stuff. We'll get to hunt and things tonight. A little Zoom show, which will be fun. It's about inner criticism, so it'll be good for some theater stuff. And starting off the year, Happy New Year, twins, 2022. Lovely to see you. What's the color order, out of curiosity? There's no really order or color or anything. It's just whatever I thought looked good. I just added a few here. We'll add more later, get them more specific down the line. For the subs, oh yeah, so take a look here. I can show you that right here, actually, on my About Me section. We got that so far. We have a nice variety. Yes, Alucard, thank you for hype for the raid. We'll be raiding here later. At some point, we might just do intermission since I'm coming back and then just restream for that. But yes, we have the sub badges so far. As you see, we have red to yellow, orange, purple, 6-month, 9-month. Added recently, and 1 year added recently, so you guys got that in time. Worked out great, and this is our first year of sub badges for a lovely Targaryen Dragon Knight fun. So, worked out pretty great for that, and there you are. And added you guys right here for the little top supporters. We're going to be working on that, continuing it down the line. Good stuff here to begin, so thank you, bros. Welcome on in. I am that guy, couldn't even scroll down. Don't worry, it's, you know, it's a separate little, you don't really see that on the actual show. I might add it at some point here to the actual live scene, but it's all good. And you have them right here too. You have them laid out here. It starts at the bottom there, the red, goes to the yellow, orange, and then from purple, blue, green. So you can see them there too. But yeah, pretty good fun here. Enjoying some good Jurassic Park reading action. We're a good chapter so far. About an hour and a half. Yeah, we'll get a little intermission here, just a little lunch break before I have a Zoom show in an hour. We make it a little solo hunts in the meantime, or before that. Then I'm going to do a quick restream, so there's really just a really brief intermission in between. Quick restream for the Zoom, since I can't have the webcam on Zoom and the stream at the same time, so that's just an instant restream for our nice Zoom seminar today, about 90 minutes. Then we'll be getting back to more hunt action, duos, and trios, most likely tonight. Just finishing off the winter event, which is 10,000 points of winter collectibles for the new skin, which you guys will see, the new character. Also buying Skinflint, the Scrooge skin, kind of the Christmas Carol one. Saving up my blood bonds for that, so we're having a fun time with that. Gonna have some better stuff with that. People have been clipping lately when I die or I make silly decisions, which happens pretty often. So I'm gonna try to be a little more, less forgiving for the enemies and the team, a little less entertaining deaths, and actually try to kill them a little better, so we'll see. But Fun FPS Fun, getting a good Horror Tuesday tomorrow as well, guys. So no longer a full-time streamer, I declare, for the start of the year, since we're not getting quite enough support in chats these last few hundred hours, but we'll still keep it up, so have some good streams and other stuff, figure out some really good auditions, other good things, and we'll keep it up. So great to see you there, twins. Thank you for the raid. Happy New Year, and lovely to see you. Glad to see you. Welcome on back. Love to chat with you, whatever schedule you guys have today. And Alucard, thank you for hyping up the raid too. We'll get you some more channel rewards later tonight for a Dragon Raid, but I figured there's no reason to raid, just a few minute intermission for lunch break, since we're coming back to restream in literally 50 minutes here. So we're going to finish up this Jurassic Park, get that little lunch break, come back for maybe a solo hunt or two, or maybe do that before, I don't know. Maybe that'd be better in case I get stuck in a long round or something. We could just do one quick solo hunt and then get a lunch break and do that. So let's finish up some more Jurassic Park chapter here. Going on the job searches as of recent. Oh yeah, understandable, twins. Well, best of luck, enjoy. Hopefully find something that works good for you guys, your guys' skill set, your emphasis. Unpinned message. I kind of added that by accident to pin messages. Let me unpin. This is weird. Yep, enjoy the read. Going to grab a snack, listen to the read. All right, guys, enjoy. Appreciate it. Thank you for the raid, twins. Both of you, Adam and Matthew. Lovely to see you. Always talk about you guys. I say I always knew these friends. I have those other, Christian friends and such. All these other North Carolina people. I always find some reason to mention you guys or not. And I hope to get back to Chivalry with you sometime as well, or other good games. Hopefully get some more friends into Chivalry and Mordhau, that type of thing. All right, see you shortly. We're back to the chapter. You bet. Where were we here? You've got the steaks from the refrigerator here, with the velociraptors in the kitchen. That's where we are right now. Big scene for that. Okay, he placed the third steak and the fourth, moving deeper into the kitchen. The hissing was louder, and then the clawed hand gripped the door, and the big head peered cautiously around. The velociraptor paused at the entrance to the kitchen. Tim stood in a half crouch at the back of the room, near the far leg of the steel work table. But he had not had time to conceal himself. His head and shoulders still protruded over the tabletop. He was in clear view of the velociraptor. Slowly, Tim lowered his body, sinking beneath the table. The velociraptor jerked its head around, looking directly at Tim. Tim froze. He was still exposed, but he thought, "Don't move." The velociraptor stood motionless in the doorway, sniffling. It's darker here, Tim thought. He can't see so well. It's making him cautious. But now he could smell the musty odor of the big reptile, and though through his goggles he saw the dinosaur silently yawn, throwing back its long snout, exposing rows of razor-sharp teeth. The velociraptor stared forward again, jerking its head from side to side. The big eyes swiveled in the bony sockets. Tim felt his heart pounding. Somehow it was worse to be confronted by an animal like this in a kitchen instead of the open forest. The size, the quick movements, the pungent odor, the hissing breath. Up close, it was a much more frightening animal than the Tyrannosaur. The Tyrannosaur was huge and powerful, but it wasn't especially smart. The Velociraptor was man-size, and it was clearly quick and intelligent. Tim feared the searching eyes almost as much as the sharp teeth. The Velociraptor sniffed. It stepped forward. Greetings and salutations, Dragon Champion, Forest Guardian G. Great to see you there. Having some fun times during the chapter here. And back to some Hunt Showdown tonight. Other good things. I got a Zoom show you may be interested in today. It's about silencing your inner critic or such. It'll be good for all sorts of things, but especially for theater and actors like us, or performers or streamers, I guess, too. So we're going to have that on Zoom here in about 45 minutes, starting that at 3:30 today. We also had a domain logo today, a nice little extra scene for some good support and fun. So it is nice to have that as well. And great to see you back. Hope you had a nice weekend and a lovely start to the week. We had a good off day yesterday. It was definitely good to take the day off, get some other things for the stream, play a little Overwatch, get some good pictures for plugs, try to figure out LiveBot, doing a few other things here, technical things, good stuff. But it's great to have you back. Hope you're doing well today. Forest Guardian G, joining our Jurassic Park chapter right here at the moment. Yes, indeed. Yeah, enjoy that Zoom. We'll just have a quick restream, instantaneous, about 45 minutes. Or, yeah, 3:30 and 45 minutes. And a great stuff with that. So great to have you. Welcome back. Appreciate you returning to the Dragon's Juice as we are on our return chapter as well. Okay. The Velociraptor sniffled. It stepped forward, moving directly toward Lex. It must smell her somehow. Tim's heart thumped. The Velociraptor stopped. It bent over slowly. He's found the steak. Tim wanted to bend down, to look below the table. But he didn't dare move. He stood frozen in a half-crouch, listening to the crunching sound. The dinosaur was eating, bones and all. The raptor raised its slender head and looked around. It sniffed. It saw the second steak. It moved quickly forward and bent down. Silence. The raptor didn't eat it. The head came back up. Tim's legs burned from the crouch, but he didn't move. Why hadn't the animal eaten the second steak? A dozen ideas flashed through his mind. It didn't like the taste of beef. It didn't like the coldness. It didn't like the fact that the meat wasn't alive. It smelled a trap. It smelled Lex. It smelled Tim. It saw Tim. The Velociraptor moved very quickly now. It found the third steak, dipped its head, looked up again, and moved on. Tim held his breath. The dinosaur was now just a few feet from him. Tim could see the small twitches in the muscles of the flanks. He could see the crusted blood on the claws of the hand. He could see the fine pattern of striations within the spotted pattern, and the folds of skin in the neck below the jaw. The Velociraptor sniffled. It jerked its head and looked right at Tim. Tim nearly gasped with fright. Tim's body was rigid, tense. He watched as the reptile's eye moved, scanning the room. Another sniff. He got me, Tim thought. We good for some Phasmo tomorrow, Forrest? What do you think? That'd be fun. Or Tuesday. Phasmophobia. Get that at some point, or whatever works for you. Should work out for me. Then the head jerked back to look forward, and the animal went on, toward the fifth steak. Tim thought, Lex, please don't move. Please don't move. Whatever you do, please don't. The Velociraptor sniffed the steak and moved on. It was now at the open door on the freezer. Tim could see the smoke billowing out, curling along the floor toward the animal's feet. One big clawed foot lifted, then came down again, silently. The dinosaur hesitated. Too cold. Tim thought, he won't go in there. It's too cold. He won't go in. He won't go in. He won't go in. The dinosaur went in. The head disappeared, then the body, then the stiff tail. Tim sprinted, flinging his weight against the stainless steel door of the locker, slamming it shut. Hope everyone having an awesome day. Yes, indeed. Alucard, thank you for welcoming our champions here. We got 3 champions, technically 4 champions, well, at least the main 3 sub-champions accounts here simultaneously. So that is absolutely lovely. Great to see 3 Dragon champions. Excellent Dragon Knights here, celebrating at 345 Dragon Knight count. Some of the other exciting stuff when we get to 400 mark. We will also celebrate 350, I guess, and 5 follows too, but we'll keep it up, celebrate all these big increments, and 345 is ascending order, so it's kind of fun to celebrate that. Lovely to see Alucard. Yes, join your day all the way over in England, right? Appreciate you, man. Got people all around the world here, so it is a lovely place to be here in the Dragon's Juice, a central location, and a lovely time right here on Twitch. It slammed on the tip of the tail. The door wouldn't shut. The Velociraptor roared, a terrifying loud sound. Inadvertently, Tim took a step back. The tail was gone. He slammed the door shut and heard it click, closed. Lex! Lex! He was screaming. He heard the raptor pounding against the door, felt it thumping the steel. He knew there was a flat steel knob inside, and if the raptor hit that, it would knock the door open. They had to get the door locked. Lex! Lex was by his side. What do you want? Tim leaned against the horizontal door handle, holding it shut. There's a pin! A little pin! Get the pin! The Velociraptor roared like a lion, the sound muffled by the thick steel. It crashed its whole body against the door. I can't see anything, Lex shouted. The pin was dangling beneath the door handle, swinging on a little metal chain. It's right there! I can't see it, she screamed, and then Tim realized she wasn't wearing the goggles. Feel for it! He saw her little hand reaching up, touching his, groping for the pin, and with her so close to him he could feel how frightened she was, her breath in little panicky gasps. As she felt for the pin, and the Velociraptor slammed against the door and it opened. God, it opened. But the animal hadn't expected that, and he had already turned back for another try, and Tim slammed the door shut again. Lex scrambled back, reached up in the darkness. I have it, Lex cried, clutching the pin in her hand, and she pushed it through the hole. It slid out again. From the top, put it from the top. She held it again, lifting it on the chain, swinging it over the handle and down into the hole. Locked. The Velociraptor roared. Tim and Lex stepped back from the doors as the dinosaur slammed into it again. With each impact, the heavy steel wall hinges creaked, but they held. Tim didn't think the animal could possibly open the door. The raptor was locked in. He gave a long sigh. Let go, he said. He took her hand and they ran. You should have seen them, Gennaro said, as Grant led him back out of the maintenance building. There must have been 2 of them, 24 of them, compies. I had to crawl into the truck to get away from them. They were all over the windshield, just squatting there, waiting like buzzards. But they ran away when you came over. Scavengers, Grant said. They won't attack anything that's moving or looks strong. They attack things that are dead or almost dead. Anyway, unmoving. They were going up the ladder now, back toward the entrance door. What happened to the raptor that attacked you? Grant said. I don't know, Gennaro said. Did it leave? I didn't see. I got away. I think because it was injured. I think Muldoon shot it in the leg and it was bleeding while it was in there. Then, I don't know. Maybe it went back outside. Maybe it died in here. I didn't see. And maybe it's still in here, Grant said. Wu stared out the lodge window at the raptors beyond the fence. They still seemed playful, making mock attacks at Ellie. The behavior had continued for a long time now, and it occurred to him that it might be too long. It almost seemed as if they were trying to keep Ellie's attention. In the same way that she was trying to keep theirs. The behavior of the dinosaurs had always been a minor consideration for Wu, and rightly so. Behavior was a second-order effect of DNA, like protein unfolding. You couldn't really predict behavior, and you couldn't really control it, except in very crude ways, like making an animal dependent on a dietary substance by withholding an enzyme. But in general, behavioral effects were simply beyond the reach of understanding. You couldn't look at DNA sequence and predict behavior. It was impossible. And that had made Wu's DNA work purely empirical. It was a matter of tinkering, the way a modern workman might repair an antique grandfather clock. You are dealing with something out of the past, something constructed of ancient materials and following ancient rules. You couldn't be certain why it worked as it did, and it had been repaired and modified many times already, by forces of evolution over eons of time. So, like the workman who makes an adjustment and then sees if the clock runs any better, Wu would make an adjustment and then see if the animals behaved any better. And he only tried to correct gross behavior, uncontrolled butting of the electrical fences or rubbing the skin raw on tree trunks. Those were the behaviors that sent him back to the drawing board. And the limits of his science had left him with a mysterious feeling about the dinosaurs in the park. He was never really sure at all, whether the behavior of the animals was historically accurate or not. Were they behaving as they really had in the past? It was an open question, ultimately unanswerable. And though Wu would never admit it, the discovery that the dinosaurs were breeding represented a tremendous validation of his work. A breeding animal was demonstrably effective in a fundamental way. It implied that Wu had put all the pieces together correctly. He had recreated an animal millions of years old, with such precision that the creature could even reproduce itself. But still, looking at the raptors outside, he was troubled by the persistence of their behavior. Raptors were intelligent, and intelligent animals got bored quickly. Intelligent animals also formed plans, and Harding came out into the hallway from Malcolm's room. "Where's Ellie?" "Still outside." "Better get her in. The raptors have left the skylight." "When?" Wu said, moving to the door. "Just a moment ago," Harding said. Wu threw open the door. "Ellie! Inside! Now!" She looked over at him, puzzled. "There's no problem. Everything's under control." "Now!" She shook her head. "I know what I'm doing," she said. "Now, Ellie! Damn it!" Muldoon didn't like Wu standing there with the door open, and he was about to say so, but when he saw a shadow descend from above, and he realized at once what had happened. Wu was yanked bodily out the door, and Muldoon heard Ellie screaming. Muldoon got to the door and looked out and saw that Wu was lying on his back, his body already torn open by the big claw, and the raptor was jerking its head, tugging at Wu's intestines even though Wu was still alive, still feebly reaching up with hands to push the big head away. He was being eaten alive while he was being eaten while he was still alive. And then Ellie stopped screaming and started to run along the inside of the fence, and Muldoon slammed the door shut, dizzy with horror. It had happened so fast. Harding said, "He jumped down from the roof?" Muldoon nodded. He went to the window and looked out, and he saw that the 3 raptors outside the fence were now running away, but they weren't following Ellie. They were going back toward the visitor center. Grant came from the edge of the maintenance building and peered forward into the fog. He could hear the snarls of the raptors, and they seemed to be coming closer. Now he could see their bodies running past him. They were going to the visitor center. He looked back at Gennaro. Gennaro shook his head. No. Grant leaned close and whispered in his ear, "No choice. We've got to turn on the computer." Grant set out in the fog. After a moment, Gennaro followed. Ellie didn't stop to think. When the raptors dropped inside the fence to attack Wu, she just turned and ran, as fast as she could, toward the far end of the lodge. There was a space 15 feet wide between the fence and the lodge. She ran, not hearing the animals pursuing her, just hearing her own breath. She rounded the corner, saw a tree growing by the side of the building, and leapt, grabbing a branch, swinging up. She didn't feel panic. She felt a kind of exhilaration as she kicked and saw her legs rise up in front of her face, and she hooked her legs over a branch farther up, tightened her gut, and pulled up quickly. She was already 12 feet off the ground, and the raptors still weren't following her, and she was beginning to feel pretty good when she saw the first animal at the base of the tree. Its mouth was bloody, and bits of stringy flesh hung from its jaws. She continued to go up fast, hand over hand, just reaching and going, and she could almost see the top of the building. She looked down again. The two raptors were climbing the tree. Now she was at the last level of the rooftop. She could see the gravel only 4 feet away, and the glass pyramids of the skylights sticking up in the mist. There was a door on the roof. She could get inside. In a single heaving effort, she flung herself through the air and landed sprawling on the gravel. She scraped her face, but somehow the only sensation was exhilaration, as if it were a kind of game she was playing, a game she intended to win. She ran for the door that led to the stairwell. Behind her, she could hear the raptors shaking the branches of the tree. They were still in the tree. She reached for the door and twisted the knob. The door was locked. Alright, this is quite the longer chapter than previously. We've still got a few system things, little pictures and stuff here, but we still almost have 10 pages really. So, yeah, we'll pick it up there from that paragraph then. We'll get to that Wednesday, I think. Enjoy some more Jurassic Park. Also, considering our next emotes, we have 3 lined up here for when our commissioners are able to do that. But I do also want to do a T-Rex and Raptor emote. So we'll start with a good T-Rex, big red dinosaur. Hopefully we can get that for you guys before the end here. But let's save a little bit more for next time, since this has been quite the long chapter. We read for an hour here. A whole hour of Jurassic Park. So let's pick it up here, page 336. We'll get to on Wednesday. I do need to take a little intermission now because half an hour we start the Zoom show, and we'll do a quick restream for that. So let's just get a little intermission. I will see you guys shortly. Thank you to Alucard, thank you to Forest Guardian G, thank you to Adam and Matthew Twins for the raid. Thank you guys all, Dragon Champions, coming by here today. Lovely to have you all. Lovely to see you all. I'll be back in just a little bit. We're just going to go and go to the intermission screen and then do a quick restream for the Zoom show. So I will see you for that little Zoom seminar. Probably not too much interaction for that, but it's still a nice thing to stream and show you guys what's going on for that. So it'll be good stuff. I do have faith it'll be fun, and then we'll get back to some hunt tonight for sure. We will start hunt, and we won't stop hunt for the rest of the night once we get started. I'll see you guys in half an hour then. We'll pick it up. Catch you then. Back very soon. And it'll be good stuff. All right. See you then, guys. Thanks for enjoying. Catch you soon. Be back shortly. Alright, we made it, guys. Quick restream then. I will see you in just a minute. We gotta get here on Zoom. So, rapid fire. Here we go. Okay. Just about ready here. Alright, see you for that, guys. We're restreaming. That would be great. Journal and pen. Speak and break out as a group. Video is optional. Alright, I'll be fine. I'll just write stuff on the chat here. Alright. See you in a second, guys. Calming the inner critic. That's what it's called. See you shortly. I'll just write stuff on the chat here. Alright. See you in a second, guys. Calming the inner critic. That's what it's called. See you shortly.